How does your physique impact your attractiveness? In this video, we are going to go over how it impacts your face, your bone structure, your dating life, and then what women actually look for. And we're going to finish with some hidden benefits that nobody in the industry is talking about. So we built our physiques off essentially nothing. We had extremely subpar starting points. Physical attraction wasn't even the thing for us. And we built our physique up to a pretty solid point. We're not IFBB pros, we're not bodybuilders, but we've got the physique that can see real world results. And as we talk about plenty of times on the channel, you don't need that much muscle mass. You just need a few key things in order to see a lot more attraction in your physique. So how does it impact your face to start? Yeah, because a lot of you guys are going to scream at us right now, it's all face, bro, and we see the comments, we read them, okay? I just think this is the most spastic black and white mentality ever. I don't know why people say it's just face, or it's just physique, or it's just height, and you'll choose one. Guys, it's all of it. And I'd argue physique, despite popular belief, is almost as important as the face. And here's the caveat. Building a physique is probably the best thing you can do for your face card. That's because when you're dialing in your physique, you're dialing in things like your diet, you're getting lean, showing better health markers, you're boosting your testosterone. We'll get into this, but your physique is almost the biggest difference to your face. The first thing it does, and the first thing that I noticed actually in the first year of training, was the neck and traps area. This whole area here, it supports your jawline. That's what your neck muscles do as well. It prevents that nerd neck and gives you a more masculine, harmonious appearance, right? Because it helps with the flow of your face to your physique. And both me and Will had this like popsicle stick sort of look, this lollipop look, where we had like this big round face from all the inflammation and bloating, but then we had this really thin pencil neck, and then went to our body, which is this really non-harmonious look that looked really, something just looked off about it. It almost looks kind of childish, and you'll kind of look like you've hit like a second puberty when you start lifting and boosting your testosterone. Body fat reduction, I'd say this is the biggest impact to your face you will ever make. Even for me, going from 15% body fat to 12%, I'll notice a difference. And then even going from 12% to 11%, like it actually makes a big difference to your face, especially once you get below 12% body fat. And that's because it reveals the bone structure, the jawlines, your cheekbones, and things like your masseters. It's simply all hidden past like 15% body fat, and everything sort of smooths over. Yeah, I'd say there's like a threshold. Once you get below 15% is when you're going to notice some serious facial gains. That's why I always preach lean is law. That's why I always say just be lean, like truly lean. Like I'm talking 12. Ideally 10% or below is when you're going to notice the most effects. And if you just want to see like a simple example of this, even on our channel, we've gone through bulks and cuts. If you go to February of 2024, some of our early videos, we were like 8-9% body fat. You can see it in our faces. We look totally different. Skip ahead a couple months, we went on a bulk, we got a bit round, and now we're sort of in between. So that's a good way to sort of see what like your body fat will do to your face. The next thing you're going to notice, especially if you're doing this through puberty, which I highly suggest, is the testosterone and HGH boost, which is going to help with the development of your face and your physique in general. It's going to give you that more masculine appearance, more thick facial features, more just developed overall. And especially throughout puberty, if you are athletic or you're working out and you have a very active lifestyle while you're growing up, that's going to be extremely beneficial for your development later down the line, especially when you continue with your training. Even your skin and the glowing appearance of your skin will improve because your health markers are going to be more in check from things like your diet. Most likely, if you're dialing in your physique, you're also dialing in your diet, you're making healthier food choices, you're not eating as much processed food, and maybe you're even including cardio, which flushes out some of the toxins and keeps you from looking inflamed. So from that standpoint, right, it improves your face. And your face, obviously, we do agree, is a massive part of attraction, if not the main one, right? But your physique has an indirect benefit to your face card. The next thing it has an indirect benefit to is your bone structure. Bone density will improve. Not only is this amazing for health and longevity, that's one of the things that decreases as you get older, and it's why older people are a bit more frail, they're not mobile, and they make like a tiny fall and they smash their hips to pieces. But it also makes you look sturdier and gives you a more broad, like masculine look. And this happens over sort of a longer stretch of time, but it'll eventually happen and it will look like you've hit like a second puberty. You'll look more like a man and less like a boy. I feel like young guys aren't going through that like transformation to become men these days. You know, they get to the age of 30 and they've still got like adolescent features. I'd say this makes the biggest impact in social scenarios or just making an impact in the world, right? Having a good frame, being well built and having presence in a room matters massively, especially for female attraction, because they notice these things subconsciously. They notice the quote unquote alpha in the room and who takes up the most space and who is the dominant figure in the room. I'm telling you guys, they notice this stuff. All right, now moving to dating as a whole, online dating, in-person dating, and the dating market. The first thing it will do is signal status, right? Someone with a good physique is automatically assumed to be disciplined, to have their life in order, to be a well-respected guy. Once again, women notice this stuff. Subconsciously, it all plays a role. And this could be a benefit or a detriment depending on what you want out of your dating life. Because you have a good physique, and I noticed this personally, like night and day before I built a physique versus after, is you will become more of a long-term option in terms of women's eyes, and they'll try to lock you down, whether or not they are a worthy long-term option, right? So even promiscuous women will try to lock you down, and if you're not careful, you can fall for the trap and get into some real big trouble there. But if you're someone that's looking for like short-term things and you've built a good physique and your life is together, you know, she sees that you're disciplined, you're like meal prepping your meals, you have a structure, it's going to be very hard to sort of orient like a short-term dating lifestyle when you've got your shit together. Yeah, you're going to really have to have some kind of strategy around dating if you are a high-level guy to make sure that they're not taking advantage of you and you're getting what you want out of the dating scene in the end, right? I see a lot of guys fall for this trap. They lock in, they get everything in order, right? And then they just settle for the first woman that comes. But you fail to realize the kind of man you've become and the actual power that it holds. But if you are a guy that is looking for something long-term or something secure, you can find this so easily once you've got your shit together because you're both on the same page. Next is social proof. This goes along with signaling status, right? People just assume you're successful. This is just the halo effect in general. You will just be perceived as more like quote unquote locked in. And in the dating market as a whole, you'll get infinitely more matches online, okay? We make entire videos about this. We talk about it all the time in a school group, and that's how we make videos about leveraging it and things of that nature. But you will instantly notice results, right? Especially if you're using your physique to your advantage and taking the right photos and giving yourself an archetype. I mean, guys hate dating apps, and I've always just thought, well, you clearly haven't built a good physique and shown it off in the right light, because if you get that right and you like take the right photos, you position yourself as a certain kind of guy, dating apps will be the easiest way to have a good dating life. And it's as simple as just nailing the profile and you're pretty much set forever. Yeah, it's not really about having just the physique. The same guy can take two different photos and one can see huge results and the other can see no results. It's all about how you present it, the photos you're taking, the aesthetics of them, things of that nature, whether your face is actually dialed in as well and every other factor. And the quickest like real world example, if you want to just be woken up real quick, Austin Dunham, FitX Fearless, they both have like the Tinder videos where they'll literally go on the apps and you will be shocked at the results they can get on there. And it's like night and day, because as we know, the top 10% of men on dating apps see 90% of the results. And if you're not seeing results, it's simply because you're not fitting into that top 10% bracket. And then even in real life, the choosing signals become apparent. Guys, I can almost guarantee you don't get choosing signals. Most guys don't get choosing signals, so there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you hear all these guys talking about choosing signals and when she looks at you, go and approach her, you might be thinking, well, no girls ever look at me. Yeah, and that's not uncommon. You're just not attractive in the eyes of women yet. I'm sorry, bro. That's just how it is, right? But you will know you built a good physique and you will know you're fucking dialed in when you catch women staring at you up or down or just glancing over you, or you catch them looking at you. Guys, you will notice, and this is how you'll know you're attractive, right? And this makes it infinitely easier to do cold approaches. And I've been doing cold approaches for years, and I've done it while unattractive and I've done it while attractive. I've done it with a good physique and with a bad physique. And I can tell you, having a good physique and going to places like the beach or going to like on the beach bars and things of that nature, it is easy mode. It is straight easy mode. I worked my way up from probably a 80% failure rate to a 95, even 100% success rate at this point. I can almost guarantee any chick I go up to now that I perceive to be attractive and has given me choosing signals, I will nail it every single time and get the details. In terms of your confidence, it will boost it massively from multiple different ways. The first one, like Nelson just mentioned, if you're getting choosing signals all the time, how are you not going to have the confidence to just go up and talk to her? I mean, it's very obvious that she wants you to go and talk to her, but if you're not the type of guy that has built a good physique, has dialed in their face card, and is someone that looks well put together, you're not going to get those choosing signals in the first place, and you're not going to feel confident in going up and going to talk to her. You will also just get positive reinforcement from the world in general. If every interaction you have day to day is a positive one, how are you not going to become confident in day-to-day interactions? And the third way it improves your confidence is simply just neurologically. You have a healthier mind, you have a healthier gut, which is tied to your brain, and your testosterone is higher, which also boosts your confidence. Yeah, I always say confidence is competence as well, guys. If you're in the gym, usually that's the gateway to improving every other area of your life. And if you've got your life in order, you're naturally going to be confident, because why wouldn't you be? You are literally a competent, confident guy. Yeah, there's no way you can trick yourself into feeling confidence. There's always internal work to be done. There's nothing external, no affirmations affirmations you can tell yourself in the mirror to improve your confidence. You just have a lot of work to do. It's daunting, but the work needs to be put in to reap the rewards such as confidence. Okay, so what do women actually go for? Because a physique is just a physique, right? It's the male body, but what do they actually look for in the physique? I'm sure you've already got somewhat of an idea, but this is how we'll put it. It's the AAA physique, the physique we talk about in every video, the physique that gets results. Broad shoulders, small waist, a full chest, nice big vascular lean arms, 10 to 12% body fat, not a bodybuilder. A AAA physique with max appeal, with health markers. It's the physique that your girlfriend watches on Netflix, that she reads the books about and does some questionable things. This is the physique that almost every main character of like some chick flick would have. It's very simple. You can just look at the examples. Go on Pinterest. It feels a bit gay, but go on Pinterest and sort of mimic your feed to be what a female's would be. That's how you get an idea. Instagram explore page. It's very obvious what they're looking for. And I know you guys love numbers. So even in terms of FFMI, it's anywhere from 22 to 24. That's the sweet spot at 10 to 12% body fat. And all of this doesn't matter at all if you're not framing it right. If you're on Instagram posing like a bodybuilder, doing like the most muscular or doing a lat spread, that's cool. I'm not against that at all, especially if you're building like a personal brand or you're not doing it in terms of like attraction. I'm not doing it for attraction. I'm doing it to build a personal brand. But if you want to optimize for your dating life and for attraction, there are certain ways to frame your physique, certain ways to take photos so that you can see the best results. This is just simply female gaze. I mean, even women do this with their makeup. They have male and female gaze makeup. They're onto their shit and you need to be as well. And also I'm gonna mention again, we go into this heavily inside the school group. We go not only into just how to take the photos, what specific photos to take, the lighting, the angles, how to leverage that on dating apps and online, how to filter the leads that you'll get from that. We go so in depth, it's actually crazy. Yeah, that'll be that first link in the description, guys. And just talking on size as well, you can still be very jacked, extremely jacked, be on steroids and everything, and still be attractive as long as your health markers are in check, as long as you still got a nice tan and you're fitting a phenotype and an archetype. I mean, I just seen this Netflix series come out and this guy is like, he could definitely step on stage. You know, he's got the muscle mass of some classic bodybuilder, but he's framing it in some like country boy way, and that's why women are lusting over him. So what are some of the hidden benefits that no one talks about? Well, obviously your hormone profile is going to be better. You're going to have higher testosterone, which will mean you'll have things like a deeper voice, way higher libido, and just a way stronger presence and assertiveness, confidence, everything good that comes with testosterone. We have a testosterone epidemic, and I believe it starts with a healthy lifestyle, which is all covered by building a good physique. Yeah, women can literally smell this through your pheromones. They can tell low and high testosterone meds subconsciously. They just know. Yeah, women are the best creatures in the world at filtering for the best quality men to give them the best quality offspring. I mean, they have to be. They're literally hardwired like that to make sure that they survive and their offspring survives. The one caveat to that is birth control. It's completely messed with the natural systems. If we were to get rid of female birth control, the male population would look a whole lot different. It would look a lot less feminine. That's because the birth control pill actually makes women prefer more feminine options, which I believe dudes have like adjusted for, and which is part of the reason why we have the testosterone epidemic. Not only are they flushing the pill into the water, but women are simply choosing more feminine men, so it only makes sense. Back to the benefits. You'll also have better sleep. When guys say they struggle to get to sleep, it's just simply because you haven't worked hard enough during the day. You haven't risen your cortisol in the day high enough for it to be able to drop in order for you to fall into a deep sleep. And because of that, you'll have clearer eyes, a way better mood, and better health markers, which we went into the benefits of in here. So for the answer to the question, how does your physique actually impact your attractiveness? Massively, guys, massively. Once again, I have seen what life is like on both sides of the coin, and I can tell you, they're two completely different existences. And you might be saying, this is superficial, it's so vain. Why are you building a physique for attraction? We're not building a physique for attraction. That's not the main goal. We're building a physique so we can feel better about ourselves, so we can live a better life day to day. And the attraction that we receive is just one of the biggest side effects of that. Yeah, I mean, I have worked like jobs in the past with guys that brag about getting their balls itched once every month from their partner. Guys, you just don't want to get you don't even want to, no guys, you want to have abundance, especially in 2025 in the dating market. You just want to be abundant because it makes your life easier. You can filter for the right woman for you. You don't have to settle for bullshit. Guys, the women I've had in my life in the past couple of years, I have not had one argument with. Do you know why? Because they respect me. And this is what builds respect. This is what builds that long-term game. This is what will make your life easier so you can focus on other areas of your life that actually matter. You don't have to chase women anymore because they will literally chase you. And here's the funny thing as well, because you're so tunnel visioned in achieving a goal, you're an ambitious guy now, you're trying to build a good physique, you don't have to take every girl that comes to you because you love your life as it is. You don't need someone in your life. And this gives you the abundance mindset. You're not in scarcity, just looking for a chick to get with, right? You can actually filter the women that's best for you, that makes your life easier. That's it, guys. If you want to build a physique that serves you in the best way, that gets real world results, we talk about that in the school group. Once again, guys, I know we just shove it in your face every day. There's a reason for it. It's because it gets results. We have transformed over 300 guys' lives now. Guys can't get enough of it in there. I mean, you can literally just go to the website. You don't even have to buy it, but at least just look at some of the transformations. I just think they're inspirational. Yeah, click that button up there, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.